Woo! It's Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farm. It's hot out here. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is your ultimate time to be moving your livestock. We're not going to be doing it today because it's Sunday, and we try not to do too much on Sunday other than just move cows. We still move them morning and night, but we're not going to come out here at 1 o'clock and move them like we do through the week. The boys did get all the herds put back together to make the cow end of it a lot easier, not having to move 2 herds. I just wanted to show you all something. This is the big blue stem, and it is coming on. Look at that. It's all in here. This is a long handle screwdriver. I'm going to drop it right there. Okay, folks, that screwdriver, it's 14 inches. I measured it at the truck. Oh, shoot, if I can get it to stand up. Let's go up here. There's another clump of it. So it's still another 4 inches. Heck, it's more than that. It's about 8 inches taller than that. So we're looking at, there's 22 inches right there of grass. It's all in here. The big blue is coming on. It's coming on strong. This is on the new farm, the bull and steer farm. And we are so thankful to have it. It's hot. And big blue stem likes hot weather. And here's a nice little added bonus right here. That's all bird's foot trefoil. Then we have a little bit of Japanese clover mixed in, the yellow. That's the Japanese clover. It's a wonderful legume that comes on early. There it is. Comes on early, May, and it'll be done by the middle of June. So you've got all these different forages that kind of fill in the gap. I wanted to point out something. It's something that I think is important. You know, this farm, the history, the last 2 years has just had hay put on it. There hasn't been livestock on it now for 2 years. The hay's been taken off of it. The litter bank on it is almost gone. There almost is no litter bank. Yeah, we're working on that. We're going to be bringing the cow. There's 84 bulls and steers coming this way that range from, I think the biggest bulls were 1,300 all the way down to 750, something like that. Then you got the steers that are 450 to 600 pounds. There's just a lot of different species in here, and that's a real plus. One of the things I wanted to show you though, this farm never did get grazed what I'd call correctly. The animals were left on the paddocks for too long. It was rotated on, so this farm was split up into, oh gosh, I think you had like 7 paddocks on 170 acres. So each paddock was 25 acres, something like that. And he'd leave them there for 2 weeks, you know, anywhere from 10 days to 2 weeks, and then they were moved, which is, I'm not poking fun at it. I'm just telling you what happened. That's the way it was. And that's 100 times better than just giving them the whole farm. So I'm very, very, very fortunate. I mean, isn't that a beautiful view? I still got to get those automales over there on that hill. We're getting them. The next hill over, I've got them. I've got them all out of there already. And Jan and I actually started clear up there by that brace post and clear up there. That's all clean. We got all the automales on that. Anyway, I was gonna make a comment. The grass here, because it hasn't had the density put on it, it's got a light green color to it, and it should have a dark green color. There's a lot of plant spacing. It's because It just hasn't been grazed and treated right. Of course, when you take hay off of it, that's kind of hard on the land. But I was going to show you right now, right here. See, we had the bulls come through here. Oh gosh, it's been about 30 days ago. And this clump here got some manure and some pea urine on it. It's a darker green color. But it's just going to take some time. There's a big old milkweed. That's a cool looking food for, will be food for monarch butterflies here pretty soon. There's a couple of them in here. Huh, there's another one. I'm not touching those. But we got some work to do here. And we're working on it. We've already got this fenced off. There's our wire. We're gonna be putting 84 head on here tomorrow. And we're strip grazing the whole farm. And you can tell a difference even on the second pass. This pass is better than the first one 30 days ago. 30 days ago, there wasn't much out here. But you know, it's May 19th. It's May 19th. And the grasses are kicking in. Here's a good one coming right here. Ha, look at this. That's Timothy. So that's a cool season grass. Of course, then you got your Kentucky 31 fescue. There's some orchard grass in here. We already talked about the big blue stem coming on hard. There's clovers. There's a bird's foot trefoil. There's red clover right there. There's our little buddy, the autumn holly that seems to want to take over Missouri, at least mid-Missouri. I'm telling you, those things are unbelievable. Oh, here's some orchard grass right here. That's got the orchard grass seed head. So always a darker, kind of a darker green, where fescue is more of a lighter green. And the seed heads, folks, you don't need to get confused between them. There they are. So the one on the left, this little guy right here in my hand, that's fescue. That's orchard grass. A lot bigger seed head. There's some more orchard grass. And we've got some pretty good brome in here. I'm very, very pleased with the brome content. I haven't had much brome on some of the farms that I've leased, but this one has it in you'll come to an area and it's just almost solid brome, and then you'll come to an area that's got a lot of big blue stem. So there's just a pretty nice diversity. There's actually some little blue stem in here. I'll be pointing that out a little bit later. There's the orchard grass just coming out. It just came out of what we call boot stage. But if you look down here on the ground, I mean, there's a little bit of litter, but I'm not really happy with my litter bank yet. I'm not feeding the soil enough, folks. When you look down in there, well, I just lied. Look at that. I picked out a spot that's got 2 earthworm holes. Can you see them? I guess you could if I got the grass out from under them. There's 2 earthworm holes there, believe it or not. But, you know, I'm used to pulling back my litter bank. There's the earthworm poop. That's a casting. But I'm used to pulling back my litter bank and just finding gads and gads. It looks like somebody just smeared the ground with earthworm castings. That is not happening right here. But it will. It will, because I'm focused on building soil with my ruminant animals. We're not going to put down any fertilizer. We're not going to put down any lime. We're going to put down 4 feet, and we're going to trample this forage on top of the ground, and then we're going to leave. Wow, look at this. So this is an old manure pat. It's 30 days old. Sucker's been eaten. There's nothing left of it. I'm gonna see if I can find any worms right there. Oh yeah, see, it's really, really nice. If I had my Let me just take my fingers and bury in there. Oh, there went one. There he is. There's worms. There's worms. And folks, if we start feeding them more, putting more litter on the ground, keeping the sun from roasting their little heads, we're gonna have more worms. I'm focused on it. But as we increase our stocking density and build more litter, these plants are gonna start turning darker green. And the darker green shows a sign of a really good producing forage that's gonna give you that, 2 to 3 pounds a day gain. And I've noticed that cattle eat the darker green plants better than they do the light colored plants. Here's a bunch of litter that this is where the hay mower couldn't get last year. You see, there's nothing going on in there. That reminds me of CRP land. Just nothing going on. Folks, gotta get animals on it. And the last rotation we had them opened up pretty good, where we didn't get the pounding that I like. Here's that old dead tree. Let's see what's down in here. Yeah, hopefully I don't uncover a snake. I thought I might see some worms. All I'm seeing is a ton of ants. Yeah. Me and snakes don't get along real well. I just, it's just the way it is. I mean, some people go after them and play with them. We had an intern here. Well, you all remember Ben Hawley. He loves snakes. That dude would almost break his neck running after them and grabbing them. And the whole time I'm running the other direction, he's running toward him. He'd catch him. He'd get him by the tail. And then as he got closer to him, he'd get him by the back of the head where they couldn't bite him. And I'm like, dude, you just stay over there with your snake and I'll stay over here. We'll be fine. But this is a beautiful farm. It needs a lot of work. Needs better grazing management. And that's what we're gonna do. We're coming that way. Yeah. I tell you what, there's not much left of the manure. I mean, there isn't. All there is little caps. There's some alfalfa. I'll be darned. There's a plant of alfalfa that's the other thing I'll say. It got a little bit of aphid damage. You can see the leaves been chewed on a little bit. But the neighbor down the road put in a whole field of alfalfa, and the aphids came in and stripped it. Didn't leave him nothing. I mean, stripped it. Here's another manure pad. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. Golly, there's just nothing there. It's already gone. It's been taken into the soil. Yeah. So we're encouraged by what we have. This is probably the best farm that we've ever started with. It's not gonna take much to get this thing cranking. It really isn't. I'm just glad we have red-hided cattle because there's not a lot of shade on this farm. There's some, and we're gonna do our best. If it's 100 degrees, we'll try and give them a big oak tree like that. If it gets that hot, I'm not just gonna park them out on top of a hill. But I tell you what, today's 92, and I saw them when I came in. They're all out there grazing in the middle of that field. And I mean, there was no trees around them. So why do you want red? Well, you have black. They did a test in Wyoming, and the red-hided animals, that day the sun, I believe, was 105. The red one was 108. They had a thermometer on its back. And then the black-hided animal was like 132 and 135. That's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a big difference. That's a huge difference. That's why you see the black ones standing underneath the trees. And you'll see a red one out actually grazing because they're not suffering. Or worse than that, you'll see them standing in the pond. We don't allow our cattle in the pond. I'm never gonna do that. And there are cattlemen that believe that, ponds deserve a cow in them. That's why they built them. The cows need to get in them ponds to cool off. And that's fine, you know, if they want to do that. This is a free world and you can do whatever you want, but it's going to drain your pocketbook. You're not going to make any money. Yep, that's right, I said it. You're going to be digging your pond out about every 5 to 7 years. You have to have a drag line or a big track hoe come in and dig all the mud out of it that the cattle drug into it. And you're going to have breakouts of pink eye and pneumonia and all kinds of diseases because your cows are, they're sitting in the pond all day pooping and peeing. And then you want the calf and the cow to drink that? Yeah, that's just not good animal. It's not good animal, you know, health, hygiene. I wouldn't drink that pond water after they did that. Why do you expect your cows to drink it? And you wonder why they're always sick. I think there is a connection there. So, water, good quality water, folks. Give it to them. Give it to them. And you'll do a lot better. Your cows will do better. Your ponds will do better. If you like to fish, your ponds will have fish swimming around instead of them floating around dead from all the manure and urine you put in there, because that takes all the oxygen out of your water and kills all your fish, tadpoles. It kills everything. All you got is a muck hole. You might as well call it a sewer. That's what you've got. You're making your animals drink sewer water. So stop doing that. I see it everywhere though. The old timers, they're just not going to change. Not very many of them. There's a few. But not very many. Anyway, I'm going to get off here, and I've got several things I need to get doing here. And we'll see you all down the road, and have a great day. And hit that subscribe button on the way out and that like button. That'd be awesome if you would. Thank you, and y'all be safe out there.